Can you hear me? Okay, I see the volume moving now. Child, I'm not getting ready to repeat all this stuff. I started out talking about Miss Robbie, and I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. If you guys didn't hear me, she's trying to sue a YouTuber by the name of Eat with Philly Phil, and the whole debate is if do she have a case? Do she have a case against this lady? Because the lady was not the one saying what was said. Someone called into her show or was on her platform through StreamYard, and they were saying that they had a connection to her family and to Tim Norman. And she's been covering the whole case with Tim Norman and the other individuals that are going to court right now over the killing of the grandson. And so she got upset and filed a defamation against the YouTuber. But the debate is, do she really have a case against her, or should she be filing against the lady who said the stuff that about her family? So that I started talking about that. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. 902 but I'm playing what she said. As follows, and we're not going to read all of it. Okay, you guys can see that. You can see it. Domestic public documents that are sealed and signed. A document that hears. Then it gives you a seal purporting to be that of the United States, any state, district, commonwealth, territory, or insular possession of the U.S., the former, what is that, Panama Canal Zone? Boy, they are deep in it. See, I'm not going to read all this. I'm just not going to read all that. I actually wanted to get down here to where it listed, remember we went over this, but we didn't get to go over it in full detail. AT&T toll and location records previously recorded to the defense for the following telephone numbers. Look at all those telephone numbers. You know, this is what we need to be focused on. Look at all these telephone numbers. They have done their job. You have AT&T, you have Sprint, 314. Look, I know that's. Oh, she's talking about the actual case. So this YouTuber is actually following the case. Of Tim Norman's case. And this is why she's talking about him and his family or what have you. But she opened up her platform to this woman, and the woman came on there saying all this stuff. So I feel like if you're mad, you should be mad at the person that said all the stuff, who claims that they have a connection to you. She just opened up her platform to speak on it. And this case is a case that everybody is talking in the mainstream media is talking about it. Other YouTubers are talking about it. So why would this lady not have a right to talk about it as well? So that's why people are kind of debating, like, well, does she really have a case? Hey, shout out to Detroit for me. Shout out to Detroit. So, and I don't know where she's based. I thought maybe she was based in St. Louis, but maybe she's not in St. Louis. Maybe she's just wanted to speak on this case. Personally, for me, you guys are not going to hear me speaking on that case because I don't like stuff like that. So, but it's a bunch of YouTubers out here talking about him. So, I don't know. I just feel like if you're going to file defamation against one, you need to file defamation against all these people. And the lady said that she was connected to this family. So, yeah, Philly Phil should have verified that. She should have had the lady email her something or send her something to verify that she was who she said she was. However, she's still not responsible for what that lady went on her platform saying. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. I'm gonna move on, and I'm sorry y'all didn't hear what I was saying at the beginning if you didn't hear me. I think I wanted to touch on. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm rich. I'm fine. Like everybody, just the whole like, are you okay, queen shit makes me want to rip I guess the hair that I have left out, and that would be my pubics. I just want to rip my fucking pubic hair out. I absolutely hate it.
So yeah, Doja Cat is saying nothing's wrong with her. She don't understand why people are saying all this. But I think that people were, I'm not sure why people overshare everything like that. I think Azalea Banks also shaved her head on live, and then people were thinking back to when Britney Spears shaved her head, and then the next thing there were reports of her having some type of breakdown. So people are trying to, I guess, in their minds, they're associating those two situations, like what happened with Britney to what's going on with Doja Cat. Not sure why she was sharing the whole thing about shaving her head. Not sure why she's going live, doing all this other stuff. I was more disturbed by her talking about how she don't like her hair and all this stuff, because it always feels like, and then she said some racially charged stuff in the past, as well. And it always feels like she has some type of issue with being African, because she is African, half African, and whatever else her mama is. You need to take that up with your mother if you have a problem with who she decided to have a baby with. Okay, because black folk not responsible for that, and you shouldn't sit out here trying to insult people, because you have a problem with being who you are. That's not my problem, and I'm not gonna make it my problem. Like I said, I'm getting really irritated and tired. Everybody thinking that black folks are supposed to carry everybody's cross. I'm not carrying nobody's cross. You're gonna take that up with your mama. And I don't care what's wrong with her. She says nothing's wrong with her. I'm just telling you, when people put their opinions and all this nonsense out here, people have a right to respond. You don't mean a damn thing to me. Okay? And that goes for everybody that got a problem with black people. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what your culture is and all that other, and your preferences and all this crazy stuff that y'all put out here. I'm sick and tired of it. Go tell your mama. Get off the internet with that nonsense. Now go tell her I said that, because I don't care. I'm sick of it. Like, no one cares. She didn't need to shave her head on camera. Now you got everybody out here wondering about your mental state and wondering why they doing that. Nobody has time for this tragic mulatto nonsense. Go take that up with the right people. And it's not the world. It's not the world's problem that you have take issue with your hair texture. To my, I always hated my hair my whole life. Like, what are you saying with that? What you really trying to say with that? And I'm sick of it. And I don't have to be nice to nobody. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm not Martin Luther King, so you got the wrong one. Okay. So, people gonna get told how they need to get told. And people tired of hearing all this nonsense. And everybody's super sensitive. And then, but then when you telling their ass off, but you don't think about the stupid stuff that y'all sit out here and say to other people. So I don't care about your tears. I don't care about your sensitivities and your preferences, and you hate your hair and you hate this. And no one cares, baby. No one cares. And that's why people wondering about your mental state, because you didn't need to put that out here. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to people the same way they call themselves talking to people. That's it, and that's all. So moving on from her, it's like I really don't care what her issue is. She should get off the internet with that nonsense. No one cares. And then talking about she wondering why people think something wrong with her. Why are you out here on that? And she could be eclectic or whatever it is, and people could have just taken that wrong. But all that stuff she was saying, she didn't need to say that. And that's the point. She didn't need to put all of that out here. She could have just shaved her head and went live after she shaved her head. As far as her makeup and all that stuff, I don't really care. If that's how she want to look, it's people out here with 500,000 tattoos in their face. Like, why would I feel any different about her drawing on some thin eyebrows than I would feel about anybody else doing it? They have a right to do whatever they want to do to themselves, and that's what they want to do. Like, it is what it is. But then when you sitting out saying, like, derogatory stuff about people's hair textures and all that stuff, like, yeah, you need to take that to the right people, just like I just said. Moving on. So Jason Whitlock, he decided that he was going to question why Beyonce is apologizing
Out
to
is mocking what happens to people with
what I say. And that's on period. I don't really care like that. I'm not Tasha K and all these people. I ain't making no money on here. So I don't care. You don't have to like what I say. You can stay off my page. It's that simple. Because there's a bunch of folk on here saying all kind of stuff. And if you don't have a problem with them saying it, you shouldn't have a problem with nothing I'm saying. And I said what I said, and I ain't apologizing to nobody. You can go to hell and take your sensitivity with you. Anyway, so like I said, Jason Whitlock was saying, why is Beyonce apologizing for saying spaz? I think the bigger question, like a lot of people were saying on Twitter, why was she saying it right after people already called Lizzo out for saying it? Like, why did she do that? Like I said, I don't know if Beyonce feel like she need to pull antics now because maybe some time went by and she wasn't sure how people were going to respond to her music. Sometimes that is what it is. People are doing things looking for attention, and a lot of these people today are doing that. I just thought because she's supposed to be this big artist to her generation that she wouldn't need to do all that stuff. That's what I would think. But I don't know because I don't really pay attention to music today like that. I don't really know how these people are moving. But yeah, that's a real question. Why would she say that after people had already just called Lizzo out, what, a month or 2 months ago for saying the same word? Um, and even though, yeah, people been saying spasm, people were saying spasm for many years, in certain areas, girl, I had to spaz out on whoever, right? And so the public service announcement should have really been put out here. Well, people feel sensitive about the word because it is a condition, it describes a condition, and so people will have that knowledge because people don't have knowledge of things, then they don't know that they're offending you. So you need to put the message out here the right way. Don't wait for somebody to say it and then start, acting like somebody's doing something to you intentionally because no one's using the word intentionally to hurt anyone. Nobody knew that it was supposed to be offensive, right? It's just like when the gay community decided that, hey, we're gonna step out and say we're offended by certain words, right? Well, nobody knew that because people been saying it. People was all over television saying certain words in this country for many years. And nobody spoke up and said anything until they spoke up and said something. So you don't really get to make people guilty of something when they never knew that they were offending you in the first place. Um, but anyway, they put it out here that they're hurt by Beyonce or and Lizzo or whoever else is saying the word. Like I said, that word has been used for many, many years. It's probably a plethora of songs out here with the word in it, to be honest, because it's an old saying. It's an old saying. I'm not making that up. It's definitely an old saying. Um, and so it's probably other music out here with the word in there. And so he's making a good point. However, I'm gonna let you guys listen to what he said and then I'm gonna come back because I agree with him to an extent. To an extent, I don't agree with him. And this person is, one of these Republican talking heads. I don't know if you guys know who he is, Jason Whitlock. He has a channel here on YouTube, and I believe he's on one of the sports channels as well, right? But let me let you guys listen to what he had to say.
out is mocking what happens to people with spastic dyslexia? I learned all that this morning when I heard the pop singer was editing the song. I did not know the etymology of spaz. Now I do. I'm not sure I care, but at least now I know. What I find fascinating about all of this is that people with cerebral palsy care more about policing the way they're portrayed in the entertainment and media world than black people. We're the only group with absolutely no standard. The entire rap music industry is built on the use of the N-word. It is used repeatedly in nearly every successful commercial rap song. Rappers brag about killing, raping, robbing, dissing. No one cares. Beyonce uses the N-word in Heated. No one cares. Every minority group aggressively polices how they're characterized in music.
So yeah. So I mean, he has a point. Like you're gonna take that word off, but then leave the N word on leave the N word on your album. I don't think I've listened to her full album. I've listened probably to most of it. I don't even recall if she said it or not. But he's right. It is saying a lot. It's just like I was just saying about the whole thing with, this guy going over to this other channel, to the radio station in Los Angeles, apologizing to somebody. When people sit out in America now, and then a lot of these people that's in hip hop now are not from this history, and so y'all shouldn't even be using the word. All of y'all, I don't give a damn if you got 5 ounces of African in your blood. That is still, just because you're African, do not mean that you come from this country and that you really feel and understand what that word means to people who have lost their family members while being called that name, who've watched their family members or heard about their family members hanging from trees while being called that name. See, it don't mean nothing to you guys, and that's why you're trying to be disrespectful about it. Like all these people out here, Cardi B need to take it out of her vocabulary. And I don't care what Sambo you want to be called names. I'm gonna call some names. What Sambo she married to? I don't care who she married to. She need to take it out of her vocabulary. So don't come telling nobody that you sensitive about somebody appropriating your culture or saying something about you when you sitting out here being disrespectful. It's not for y'all to be saying. Because when black people were saying that word back in the days before, when this country was segregated, when people were separated, it was said among us. Other people in this country didn't even know we was using a word like that to each other. It was used as a joke. Our people were mimicking the way people were treating us, okay, by doing it, by saying it. So it didn't mean anything. Just like I said, oh boy, calling Tariq Nasheed out of his name, that don't mean nothing to Tariq Nasheed. He don't care what you think about him. Who are you? And it's the same thing. It's like y'all shouldn't be using the word, because half of y'all is hateful. Half of y'all got a problem with black people. But then you sitting out here using our culture and then being disrespectful to us while you in our culture, and then try to tell somebody how to feel about it. You don't get to tell me how to feel about nothing. I don't have to respect nobody out here. And I don't give zero damns about how much money they have in the bank, because their money ain't doing a damn thing for me. Okay? So miss me with that bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people talking crazy and then try to act like they don't know what they doing. Don't nobody get to tell nobody how to feel about nothing. So if you got a problem with the word, that is disrespectful to the disability community or to the gay community, then you should have just as much problem when people are out here disrespecting black people. Okay? And we keep saying that. Don't nobody care how you feel. And Beyonce shouldn't have took the word out. Why you put it in there in the first place? You probably put it in there just for attention, is what is probably the truth of the matter. And that's kind of what I feel about it, because why would she say that after they already came after Lizzo about saying it? Right? Then why is everybody else going to keep saying the word if you guys know that they're going to keep coming to y'all saying that you're disrespecting their community? So these artists are clearly looking for attention by doing that, because there's no other reason for them to do that. But he's right. Like she should, when you're gonna remove, like you just removed "Oh Girl" song, you should have removed the N word off of there too. Because and that's what I was saying. And I understand her family is from. Well, I don't know where they from. I believe her family is from this country. But that still doesn't give you the right to spew ignorance when you know that the majority of this country ain't even that no more. Like even these people that are calling themselves black are not black. For you to go run to a radio station to apologize to somebody, and then they sitting there talking about, I'm gonna drop some fried chicken out the sky. And then you not correct them and say, well, you know what? I understand you got a problem with certain people, but I'm not them. I know in your mind you think you seeing them because I got these 6 braids in my head, but I'm not them. Because if somebody called me Belizean, I would correct them. I'm not from Belize. If somebody called me Trinidadian or whatever it's called, I'm gonna tell them I'm not from Trinidad. I'm gonna correct you if you call me out of my culture. Because if you got something a problem with me, have it with me. Because I'm gonna stand on mine. So when people out here doing this little slick stuff, you run into these stations and playing the fool la la with them, talking about somebody being racist or somebody appropriating your culture while you are appropriating somebody's culture down at this radio station. There was no Power was 106 until it was the black folks that put it there. Okay, there was no need for a Power 106. Because you guys are in numbers, and I read that in the article, because you guys are in numbers, they try to act like they have to have all these Spanish speaking people at this station, which the majority of the music is coming from black people, but you're trying to tell somebody that somebody's culturally appropriating something, when you only have those jobs because you're in of your numbers in that city. So you should be a little more grateful in the way you handle people and talk to people with some respect. And this is why people are calling, for jobs over there at that radio station, and for people to check themselves. Like, we don't need Tiger to out here ever try to speak for us anyway. Okay, so anything that he's doing it because maybe he feels some type of connection to your culture because of where he's from, and that's the conversation he should have put you on, instead of trying to talk that shit like he didn't have, like, oh, I'm so sorry, I had no clue that I was hurting you, but you ain't even the black people that he's sitting here insulting. So why you didn't correct him? Because you knew that you knew that that guy was racist and that he really had a problem with black folk of this country. And so did that radio station. And like I said, I remember when Power was 106 was black, when Big Les was around there with Big Boy. Okay. When the majority of the DJs up there were black, and it was a couple Hispanic DJs up there. Um, and it had always been people that have made a contribution to hip hop. Nobody's not saying that. I understand that there are Puerto Rican people, and there was breakdancing and graffiti, and even some of like the guy from Fat Boys, I believe he is Puerto Rican. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. It's people who made contributions, but y'all didn't build it. And black music was already thriving in this country long before there was a hip hop. Okay. So let's be clear about the history of the music in this country. Y'all didn't start nothing. You just don't want to acknowledge that you're standing on the backs of black people. So I'ma say it. Since you just too hurt to say it, let me say it. You standing on the backs of black people, the ones you hate. All this racist foolishness, and then people don't say nothing. But yeah, I do agree with her. Beyonce should take the N word off her album, just like she took that other word off of there. Because why are you guys out here influencing people to say stuff that you know is offensive to people? And if your father is not with security, his ass can get shot down. I'm talking about Beyonce's father. You know, I don't know what you think, where you think you live. Just because you have money to protect yourself, do not mean that every time y'all step out in this country that you're protected. Especially when you try to step out anywhere by yourself. Okay, because a lot of these celebrities and athletes they've already experienced it. Everybody don't know who you are, and all these people don't really care. A lot of them don't. They don't know you. They cannot name one song, and this country is overly populated with them. You're 10% of this population, so you don't matter as much as you think you matter. So why are you putting offensive words in music to have all the rest of these fools out here thinking they could just walk around disrespecting people? And like he said, now all these people think that Drake don't have no business saying the N word, because the minute somebody say anything about the Jewish people, he gonna have a fit, along with the rest of his people. They're gonna be trying to shut all this stuff down. Okay, so it's the same way you feel about your people, we have a right to feel about ours. And that's the respect people should give people. That word was never supposed to get out to where the whole world's supposed to be running around calling us N words. It was never supposed to go down like that. That was an inside thing that was only done among us when we knew we was talking to our own people. Now, when people started putting that in music, that's when the problem came. And that's why I now, thinking back as a young girl, I regret saying the things that I was saying and feeling towards C. Dolores Tucker because she was right. And I just want to acknowledge that lady because she was right. She was absolutely right. We should have been holding ourselves to the utmost respect if we were expecting other people to do that. Because now all this disrespect is out of control, and people try to pretend, oh, it just means friend. No, bitch, it don't just mean friend. Especially when you're going to a racist person and allowing them to sit there and tell me they gonna drop fried chicken out the sky and they gonna do this and they gonna do that and you N words this and you N words that, and they're saying it in a derogatory, and then you gonna go sit up in their face and key with them and apologize for using their culture while they sitting up disrespecting mine, but you're not speaking up for mine because you ain't it. So yeah, the word shouldn't be out here like that. It should only be used for people from, it was only being used by people of this foundation of this land anyway. I don't know how all these other people, the creep they behinds over here thinking now and then try to act like they got a right to tell somebody what. And what we need to do is start going back to the days when C. Dolores Tucker was getting with these record labels and stuff. Let me put my girl picture up. Let me put my girl picture up. Okay, we need to go back to days of letting these record companies know these people need to stop saying the word because these people ain't even black. Okay, Cardi B need to take it out of her vocabulary. She need to take it out of her vocabulary because she just set her ass out here saying a bunch of racist stuff too, and then gonna keep saying the word like she have a right to. No, you don't. And I don't care how much percent African you have in your. You don't have no African from America in your bloodline. So you need to stop using the word. Because see, people are afraid to say the truth. I'ma say it. Go on and report me to YouTube. I don't care because I'm gonna come right back and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna go to the next platform and I'm gonna say it again. People need to start letting these record companies know. You guys need to tell these people to take the word out their mouth. Since everybody's so super sensitive, except we can't be super sensitive. Like we supposed to sit here, like she gonna go apologize for saying spaz, but then can't nobody say, but everybody about supposed to run around saying the N-word and they ain't even from this damn land. No, all y'all need to ease up. Ease up. You talk about wherever you from. Wherever you from the Dominican, speak on it. And leave us out your mouth. And people, and I don't even know why Beyonce's still cooning. Your ass should have more than enough money to where you don't need to sit out here tap dancing for nobody. You can apologize if you feel like you offended, but you offended black people too. So take the word up, take that up out your vocabulary, and take that up off your song. You don't have no more rights to sit out here and spread that and have these people spreading that around than Cardi B do. So that, see, Dolores Tucker, she was right. We should have been holding ourselves to the utmost respect when we were putting this music out here. But see, for me, when I was younger, we had conscious rappers out here too. Everybody in hip hop was not the way she was trying to paint it. And that's kind of why I had a problem with her. I felt like she was trying to play all of hip hop that way because she was saying, where is she at? Because she was pretty much saying like everything was gangster rap, and it wasn't. It was conscious hip hop out here too. And so it's different now. And then population is different. Like I said, all these people are from the Caribbean. They don't have no business saying the N word. And I don't care how much African you have in your bloodline. You're not the African of this land. Okay, so you shouldn't have it in your vocabulary either. And if that means that African American people who are truly of this soil need to stop saying it, then we need to stop saying it too when we're up under these people. And I don't care who you married to and all that bullshit. They don't give these people the right to start disrespecting us and then act a fool when somebody put on a sombrero or whatever the hell the shit called. All of a sudden you mad because somebody got an outfit on and a mustache. But y'all out here spewing the N-word all over the place. You ain't got nothing to say to none of these people that's out using the word. They don't have no business using it. So keep the same energy, the same respect you want. You need to give it to people. So yeah, them sisters was right back then. They really were. And now as I'm seeing how this has exploded into some BS, I agree with them wholeheartedly. And people need to start reporting people that are using that word. Cardi B and then all the rest of these people that ain't from this country that's out here pretending like they got a right to be saying the word. No, you don't. Disrespect your own culture. Let me hear you do it. Let me hear you bring up the Dominican. Let me hear you bring up Trinidad. Let me hear you bring up Jamaica. Let me hear you bring up wherever the hell you from. Because you don't get to sit in America and disrespect us and act like we're not supposed to speak on it when we seen shit going down. Because like I said, Tiger didn't go in there and do what he should have went in there and did. Because he shouldn't even have went. Because I'm not apologizing to nobody. And I wish somebody would think they're getting ready to hear an apology ever out of me. You would never. And like I said, I don't care who you think you are, on down. I'm not apologizing to nobody about nothing. Because y'all is too damn disrespectful and then try to walk around talking to somebody like you sensitive about somebody saying something about your community. And then I see all these black guys out here, which I'm getting ready to move into Judge Mathis. All these, why the gay community not standing up for Brittany Griner? Why the gay community not out here marching and speaking up and keeping her name out here? Why y'all not doing it? These are y'all children that y'all make. She's still quote unquote black, right? She still have black, right? Why you not speaking up for her? Why the gay community just have to speak up for her? Everybody should be speaking up for her that is an American, because what they're doing to her is wrong. Because this country will let Russian people go and they can come in here and do all kind of stuff and they will let them go. So why they can't let her go over some CBD oil? So anybody American should be speaking up for her. Why is it we always got to start separating ourselves when we think we making a point? See, and that's it's all a part of it. And it's a whole bunch of black men on YouTube with that narrative that the gay community should, yeah, they should be speaking up for her, but you should too, because these are the children that y'all making. Don't act like she don't belong to one of y'all, because she do. She belonged to what? She belonged to you more than she belonged to me. Okay? She belonged to you, the black man, more than she belonged to me. So why you not speaking up for her? It's too much ignorance that go on in this YouTube world. And people want to start popping and acting sensitive about this and about that and wondering why this person not doing this and why this person not doing that. Why you not doing it? That's what I'm not carrying nobody's cross. All these chicks that y'all laying up with, making these children with, they better put their tennis shoes on, because I don't have nothing to say. And I'm not talking about Brittany Griner. I'm talking about all of the rest of this stuff. I don't have nothing to say. But I just thought that's funny that Tariq Nasheed and all the rest of these people making all these videos talking about, well, where the gay community at? Because y'all such cowards. This is your child. This is the child you made. You made this child out here. The black woman didn't make her. So I don't need to speak. Why am I speaking up for her? You should be speaking up for her. Talking about what the gay community should be doing. Yeah, they should be speaking up for her too, because she do belong to that community. And yeah, when have you ever seen non-black people run out and act like they're overly concerned about black folks? Anyway, you've never seen that. I remember when one of those parents in 2020, when he said that they called a meeting for people to come together to protest, didn't nobody show up but black people. So when have you ever seen all these people showing up? So why would you think that white gay people or whoever, gay, Asian, Latino, why would you think they're going to come out in droves for Brittany Griner? So you already know your answer. So I don't know what y'all making these videos for. But he just trying to be messy by even bringing that up about Beyonce, saying that she taking the word, she didn't feel the need to take the word spaz out of her vocabulary. I mean, she's
Out
taking the
is
words.
mocking what happens to people with spastic dyslexia.
I was looking for his picture. you know, he's just being messy with that. But yeah, I didn't even hear her saying the B word, I mean the N word on her album. But I know Jay-Z uses it, so she probably tried to defend his ignorance by acting like, oh, we have a right to use it because we are American. But it's about you guys being these global superstars, and you guys be feeling like the whole world's supposed to be out here calling us N words. Because the truth of the matter is, people don't even really use that word until they're talking about Black people, and then people still use it in a very hateful way as well. Because one of these guys, the one of them people that got killed in Alabama or Mississippi, was being called that on the video as they were shooting him. Okay, so it's the common sense that people act like they don't have to use when they're doing stuff, and just to sell out, and they try to pretend like you're not selling out. Yeah, you are, because you guys should be more responsible in the way you put yourself out here. I don't care how much money you have. That shit ain't doing nothing for me, so I don't have to respect you. I don't owe you nothing, so don't look for it. And that goes from A, B, C, D, E, F, G on down. All of y'all. I don't have to respect nobody. So, and I don't want to deal with you. So you don't have to worry about dealing with me. So the feeling is mutual. Ain't nobody jealous or nothing. But what you not going to do is think that you're going to disrespect people and people are not going to say nothing about it. Yeah, we can say something about it. And we can say something to these record labels as well, because you shouldn't be out here using the word. Because you don't own no damn body because you have money in the bank. You barely can do, like I said, one of these people come out these backwoods and catch your ass on the wrong day. You can end up being one of these stories just like all the rest of these Black folks. And that's for you and your children. And all you people out here dissolving yourself off into these other people's cultures. These people don't care about none of y'all or none of these minorities, to be real honest. So when we're gone, you next. So you can sit here and think you cute all you want to, being racist and stuff, but your day will come. Your day will come because you guys are not changing the problem. The problem is not getting solved at all. All Black people have done have is create, just like the book says, all Black people are going to do is create more problems for themselves by doing all this stuff that they're doing. Y'all have not stopped nothing because you married to whoever, because you out here let people call you the N-word. It ain't making them friendly towards you. They just know how stupid you are. Just like that the guy I just played with you, which when he said to the African guy, which he was talking to an African, and clearly he knew he was talking to an African, because he was saying, I'm not gonna let y'all disrespect our community or try to start problems where we didn't have any. So he recognized that people are coming out of these other communities trying to start problems. Okay, so people know what's going on. People know what it is. So y'all not changing nothing by sitting here allowing people to call us the N-word. And then try to blame it on the music. Oh, well, Beyonce said it. Who the hell is Beyonce? Beyonce don't run nothing over here. And she may have money in the bank, but she still don't run shit in this country. She not nobody at the end of the day. But using her as an excuse to be racist and to spew racism around is, it needs to stop. It just needs to stop. And whoever, these were all these record labels, all these people, Cardi B definitely don't have no business saying, because she just said a bunch of racist mess out here that's, been spewed all out here. And now we're supposed to be mad at Tasha K. No, I'm not mad at Tasha K. Tasha K can feel however the hell she want to feel about that lady, because she was saying racist stuff. And she was called out about it. Tasha should have stopped when she should have stopped, but she was right about the stuff that she said. And she didn't even put the stuff out here about her. That lady that was claiming that she was her friend was the one who came out here saying it. And the lady's rap song is still on the doggone internet. So if you mad about somebody calling you a hoe and calling you all this stuff, then why you didn't get that song taken off the internet? But you coming after Tasha K. And why you calling yourself a hoe, but then you sensitive about somebody else calling you one? It's that part. So like I said, I don't know what Tasha K's lawyers is doing in there. Maybe she need to change her lawyers. I don't know. She gonna have to deal with the situation how she can deal with it. But that whole situation, it wasn't what people try to make that out to be anyway. Tasha didn't even put that out there. She probably should have stopped saying it after the lady said it, and the lady came back and said that she was just saying whatever. She should have stopped saying it at that point, but she didn't put it out here. So if people are repeating what was put out here, then that's what they're doing. They're repeating what was put out here. But if you're calling yourself all this stuff and you're out here saying all this derogatory stuff in videos that people can pull up, those videos should come down too. And you need to take the N word out of your vocabulary. While people out here talking about culturally appropriating, like, please. Speaking of culturally appropriating, while people over here faking like they black and culturally appropriating, and no, I don't owe nobody nothing, and nor do I feel like it. It ain't nobody leading me. Ain't nobody leading me, and ain't nobody fucking taking care of me to where I need to respect them. To where you gonna tell me what you gonna say, and I'm just gonna respect it. No, you're not. You can go to hell in a handbasket, and you can take Cardi B, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye West, and all the rest of these people with you. That's what they mean to me. Nothing. So no, they don't have no right to tell black people what they're going to accept. So, and that's the real conversation. So yeah, I do agree with him to that extent. That is the real conversation. You're okay with racist terms when it comes to black people, but then you're was really ready, willing, and able to apologize to another community. Like, make that make sense. And just like I was saying about the boy that went over there to that radio station, it's the same thing. Like, how you ready to apologize to somebody, and they over there saying a bunch of stuff about black people, which you try to pretend like you were part of, but then you gonna let them sit over there and say all that stuff and not correct them because you ain't us. Like, people not supposed to pick up on that. And I don't understand why the Doors of Power 106 is even still open. Because to my understanding, Big Boy is on another channel, another radio station. Because I was definitely getting ready to say something to him, but then I was like, oh, okay, he's not even on that station no more. So that's what that is. Because Big Boy is the foundation of Power 106, okay? I don't know who y'all think y'all talking to. Y'all need to be playing your own music then, okay? Because you're culturally appropriating yourself, and you're sitting on the backs of black people in a quote unquote hip hop radio station. So I don't know who you think you're talking to. And don't nobody owe nobody no apologies until people stop disrespecting black people. And go tell all these people just what I said. I really don't care. And then, speaking of culturally appropriate, so the Africans are mad at Jackie Ido. They said that she had a party, and she introduced her new candle line. She has a candle line. I think it's called Forever Mood. And she's in the beauty sector of YouTube. So she has a candle line. I don't know if she has makeup or not. I don't know. I know who she is. I don't follow her like that. And so she introduced this new candle called Sorrow. I don't know if I pronounced it right. I don't listen. Sorrow Soki. And African Nigerians are saying that is what they were saying. They were chanting when they were protesting about SARS. Why would she name the candle that? So they're offended by her naming the candle that. I haven't heard her say anything about it, but I'm gonna play this young lady. Let me see if
That's
I
what
have
I'm
it.
saying. I'm rich. I'm fine.
No, that ain't it.
Why everyone's mad at Jackie Aina over her new candle collection. Jackie Aina just dropped a new collection from her Forever Mood candle company, this time inspired by her Nigerian heritage. However, she named one of those candles Sorosoke, and that is where the issue lies. Sorosoke roughly translates to speak up, but it was also the rallying cry for the End SARS protests. SARS is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, an especially brutal arm of Nigerian policing that brutalized and killed Nigerians both before the protests and certainly during the protests as a response backlash to people's trying to stand up to their violence and stand up to corruption in the government. So it's completely out of order to name one of your luxury candles Sorosoke, because it's like naming a candle Say Her Name, in reference to Breonna Taylor, or naming it I Can't Breathe. Like, it is really in bad taste. She also put on the outside of the candle, "Tomorrow isn't promised, enjoy now," which is such a wild and flippant thing to say when you have a candle that references like people's actual deaths. It's just clear that she didn't really understand the true meaning behind Sorosoke. But as a Nigerian first generation immigrant, she is making this entire collection about her heritage. If you look online, the whole rollout was supposed to be like traditional Nigerian clothing, music, all of that. But she clearly doesn't understand the needs of Nigerians right now. And during the End SARS protests, people asked her to speak out, and she ignored them and even blocked some of them. In fact, today she went and blocked a ton of people for pointing out that this was an issue. Her team ended up posting an apology, but people are not taking it. And I'm not Nigerian, I'm Sierra Leonean, so it's not up for me to decide whether or not someone should accept this apology. But people are really feeling like she only put it out just to check a box. If that she really understood the harm that she had caused, she wouldn't have been blocking people all day long, which, like, fair, true. It's just really emblematic of how tone deaf influencers can be, and how some of them are really only out to make a quick buck and don't care about social issues. I think there's also something a little deeper here too about how first generation immigrants like myself can be really removed from the realities of people living in their parents' home country. But that piece is something that I will unpack with my therapist instead of TikTok.
So yeah, they're upset over her using they're upset over her using that saying. And then they were saying when they were asking her to use her voice during the protest, she didn't respond. And so yeah, they do have a point. But yeah, like I was saying, it's funny how everybody can be sensitive, but we're not supposed to be sensitive. Like, everybody's supposed to just come over here and do all this fake black stuff while they culturally appropriating our culture, and then got the nerve to call somebody else out about something. Like, I find that to be funny. Now, this sounds like a Nigerian issue to me. I really, don't know. Like I said, Jackie has not responded to people saying this about her doing that. And in her mind, maybe she felt like she was championing the cause by dedicating a candle to the saying, the chant, whatever the chant means. And to my understanding, she is Nigerian as well. She is Nigerian, even though she is based here in America. I don't know if she was born here or not. I don't know her business like that. But she is of Nigerian descent. So I wouldn't imagine she wouldn't feel some type of connection to their cause. I don't know. However, they would have to definitely take that up with her, and I feel like they are taking it up with her, because people were definitely saying a bunch of stuff on Twitter as well about her doing that. But yeah, like I said, maybe she was trying to dedicate the candle to that cause by keeping the name, keeping the conversation out there. You never know. She would have to speak for herself to say what she meant by it. And I'm not sure why she haven't said anything. Maybe because she's not in Nigeria, she don't feel the wrath of them, right? So she like, I'm not there, so it don't, I'm not concerned, or I don't know, maybe she's trying to gather her thoughts before she kind of addresses the issue. But I just thought that was interesting. Like I said, everybody gets sensitive when it comes to them, but then everybody wants to run over here and trample all over Black America. And people are tired of that. Like, and I know I'm not supposed to carrying crosses for Doja Cat and carrying crosses for all these people. I don't care what's going on with Doja Cat. That's her business, and she need to handle it. But she need to leave Black people out of her mouth. At the end of the day, and that goes for all the rest of these people. I'm tired of hearing it. Because I don't even know why half of you people even have a career. Because half of y'all ain't got no damn talent anyway. So clearly all of that is based in racism as well. And I said what I said, and I ain't taking nothing back. Don't care who don't like it. Period. I don't listen to none of this stuff, and I'm just keeping it real. I don't. So I don't, like, leave us out your mouth. No one cares how you feel. Like I said, take that up with your mama if you got a problem with who she laid down with. Okay, period. Because it don't have nothing to do with nobody else but your mother. That's the only person you got a problem with. Okay, you need to get real clear about that. And all the rest of these people, I'm tired of it. Just leave us alone. Get you talk about your own business, your own third world countries. Like James Brown said, y'all ain't gonna go running back there. So leave us out your mouth. Go be great in your own land and leave us out of your story. And don't get offended because y'all sit over here saying a whole bunch of stuff and doing a whole lot of slick stuff and thinking like people don't recognize what you're saying and doing, but we do. But Black people are too nice, and a lot of these people that is getting in position in that entertainment industry are not African American either. And that's another part of it. So they will sit there and let a lot of BS go down. Like, people are not supposed to recognize that, but we do recognize it. And no, not black. Q-Tip was wrong. Black is not black. If it don't respect all Black, like what's her name? New York said, Tiffany Pollard, like she said, if you don't respect all Black, then you're not it. Okay. So you might as well stand up in whatever it is you do respect, because clearly that's how you feel about it. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm not carrying no crosses for nobody. I don't care if you mad about you biracial. I don't care about you mad because you had to come from wherever to America. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Black people have that's our thing. We have our own issues and we have our own things to worry about. We don't have time for people in all this racism and all this fool la la. Nobody owes you nothing. And you in this bitch riding on our back anyway. So you need to be showing some fucking gratitude. And I ain't even gonna try to put the what you call them on this video, but I ain't taking it down either. Because I'm cursing and stuff. People sick of y'all nonsense. Go somewhere with that nonsense, with all this cultural appropriation, and everybody's sensitive. Every, everybody's sensitive, but a Black American person better not get sensitive about nothing. Please. Because you will really have the right one if you run up on the right ones. Because I don't care nothing about nobody's feelings, just like you don't care about mine. And it's going to be just that. And it ain't gonna never be no way different. Cause don't nobody own nobody nothing out here. Everybody can mind their business is what they can do. Everybody can be themselves is what they can do. They can stand in their truth is what they can do and live their life that way. Instead of trying to, ride on people's coattail and pretend like you care about stuff that you really don't care about. Like, people are not supposed to pick up on it. And that goes for Black men as well. You don't have to carry. You can be the coward that you are because you're scared to be yourself and all that stuff. But you need to stand up in that. Like I said, I don't get all these silly videos out here about why you can't speak up for Brittany Griner, you know, and all this nonsense because she like women or whatever you're trying to say with that. But y'all made her, so y'all should be as responsible for her as the gay community. You should be saying free Britney because that's your child. I don't think I have the. Oh, did I have it on here? Yeah, because they got mad at Judge Mathis for telling them to stand up for themselves, stand up for issues, because they don't stand up. And like when people when you hear about all these little black boys getting killed and stuff, and then yeah, a lot of them are killing themselves, but a lot of these people are not Black American either, and so maybe culturally they just had the type of aggression going on wherever they from. And so it's just a lot of isms and a lot of stuff going on that's not getting corrected. We don't have the proper education going on in this country, and people know it, and they like it like that. They've changed the music so everybody can be ignorant, so everybody can sit out here and think that they're saying something important, like saying to kill somebody or to kill yourself is somehow something to feel proud or run around and say. And everybody's supposed to be patting you on the back because you ain't using the N-word. Everybody's supposed to be patting you on the back because you are ready, willing, and able to kill another Black person. And not only another Black person, but a very young Black person. Like all these little boys killing themselves. So when y'all kill yourself off, who's supposed to come behind y'all? That means you don't care about your existence. And where does that come from? Who taught you that? See, and when music had conversations like this in there, it challenged the minds of people, even though we're not getting it in education in this country. We had other ways that we were challenging each other to be better as Black folk in this country. For idiots that sitting out here try to act like Black people went from slavery to 2022. No, we didn't. It's a whole lot in between that you don't know about, because people don't want you to know about it. And this is the same thing that happened to the Native American. So our story is parallel to theirs. So you can go and look at their documentary and you can see how what happened to them is going to happen to us. While people are pretending like they're not doing anything, right? Because they've already taught you to do it to yourself. And then you let all these immigrants up in here to pretend like they us when they really hate on us too. Right. So we dealing with all this stuff. And then you got these people out here making these biracial kids. Now you got to deal with all that too. It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to put on somebody's plate. And you can see why people would want to try to escape it. Because look at all the pressures and all the stuff that they got to deal with. It's coming from everywhere. Like, no, I don't, like I said, I don't need to hear that Doja Cat don't like her hair. She can keep that to herself. She really can at the end of the day. And it's not my job to build Black men up so they can go take the money to somebody else's community and never reach back and do nothing for their own community. No, it's not our job to do that. It's not our jobs to go into these churches so people can live the American dream while they don't do nothing for people who really can't do nothing for themselves. Because that's the work you should be doing. That's the work Jesus was doing, right? We want to go. Let me go on into this Bible, this church stuff. Like that's the work Jesus was doing. He wasn't out here singing "Wipe Me Down." Wipe me down driving over the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay. Uh, uh, I'm sorry. And it is funny. Like Tupac said, you got to laugh through all this bullshit. You really do. Because that's just what it is. You got to be able to laugh about all this stuff because otherwise it will take you to other places. Like, it's not Black women's job to keep putting money in these churches so y'all can run around doing fool ass stuff. Judge Mathis had made a great point. He made a great point in the stuff that he was saying. I'm glad he said it. And people who don't like it, that's just too bad. He's right. You know, and I don't care who you with. Stand up for yourself and tell your woman to stand up for you too, and stand up for your child because y'all should be screaming for Britney, free Britney, more than you think that the Black community should be doing it, or the gay, as you say, the gay community. Yeah, they should be doing it. Everybody should be doing it. But y'all should be doing it too. All this, why you don't need to, why, no, you need to say it too. You need to be saying free Britney too. Because that girl is getting, you being used as a pawn. And like a lot of people were saying, if she was any other color, if she was fully, and I'm wondering what her parents said anyway, but that's a whole nother video, child. Like, where is her family? Like, I see her wife, but like I said, I'm tired of people acting like the black woman is always supposed to carry everybody's cross. Like, where is her mama? And I'm not trying to be mean, I'm being honest. Where's her mother? I'm sorry. I understand her wife is black, but black women don't owe nobody nothing out here. We don't have to carry everybody across out here. I've been stopped that. I have not marched since Rodney King, and y'all know what year. If you don't know, go look it up. Whatever year that was, since Rodney King, I'm not marching for nobody because I see what's going on out here, and so these people need to get up and do for self. And stop trying to make everything the black woman. The black woman's supposed to cape up and start getting on the bullhorn for everybody. And then these people will never do nothing for us. What is y'all doing for us? Now, when the black women start asking that question, then, people gonna start coming with some other nonsense about we too needy and we welfare queens and we this and we that and we having too many babies, but people can walk into this country and drop 9 kids and this country could take care of them and don't say one single solitary thing about doing it. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't owe nobody nothing out here and don't look for it. And I'm not apologizing for nothing. Like I said, I'm not carrying no cross for nobody. People's mamas need to get up. People's daddies need to get up. And all the black men that loves doing all the stuff they doing, they need to get up and they need to speak up for their own. Period. Y'all, you should collectively be going to get the gay community to speak up for Brittany Griner. How about that? Now go make a video about that. And they're saying that black people of this soil, only 20% in this country. We should be sitting here worried about charging this country with killing us off. That's what we need to be charging them. We're going to the UN about that. Let me start up a whole bunch of videos so that y'all can go run and make some videos off, off this one. We need to be charging this country for what do you call that? For killing for inhumane treatment of black people. We need to be charging this country with that because we're not even in numbers in this country. We're already at the story of the Native American. And since everybody wants to dissolve off into all these other communities, all these people calling themselves black, but they really not. And then everybody looking around for the features of a black woman with kinky hair to come right out and jump on the front line for y'all asses. No, you need to go get the white woman. You need to go get the Asian woman. You need to go get the Latino woman. They got the nerve to be talking about people culturally appropriating. No, I'm not culturally appropriating nothing because I don't concern myself with whatever you got going on. But the people that are concerned about it, you should be willing to stand up for them too. See, black people too worried about what they can do for everybody, but while nobody's worried about what they can do for you. And then try to badmouth you about, stupid stuff. And then sit out here talking about y'all so worried about single motherhood while y'all out making all kind of single mothers out of everybody. It's not this, like I said in that other video about the TDJs. This ain't no black conversation no more. This ain't been no black conversation for many, many, many years. And people are tired of playing these games with people. Okay? We're tired of it. Y'all separated y'all community with the NBA thing. Separate your community and go stand up for your children. Get your organization and stand up for your children. Because everybody's not gonna disrespect black. She already told me she don't like her hair and all this nonsense. Which that's on whatever African country her father come from. I guess they should feel offended because I don't feel offended like that. But at the same time, why are you in the media going live saying that? Like, what is that about? Like, who do you think? Who is that for? Who is that message for? Since nothing's wrong with you mentally, you should have some answers for that question. And black people need to stop letting people talk to them stupid. Like, no, you go sit your ass down somewhere. Half y'all, like I said, ain't even talented. Y'all just there because of racism. That's why you in the positions you in, because of racism in the first place. Cause the minute we start checking people, then everybody want to start putting on the caravan. Now y'all want to turn on the caravan of love. Now y'all want to turn on Michael Jackson. We are the world. Start holding hands. No, if we was the world, then you would do the stuff that go on in this country would not be going on. People wouldn't be calling about somebody culturally appropriating while their ass is culturally appropriating. And black men sitting out here acting like they're not responsible for nothing. Like everybody's the world's supposed to be taking care of them, like they some damn lifetime babies. But then talking about you want to be the head, you want somebody to look up to you and be the head or something. Like this stuff is a joke. It's a complete joke. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And yeah, you're still responsible for Brittany Griner because that's your child. So you ran away from the responsibility out the black community, and you still don't want to take no responsibility over in the community that you in. I need to see Brittany Griner's. I need to see her parents on the front line. Before anybody come to me about anything. Yeah, I feel bad for her, but what I'm not going to accept is black men try to act like black women supposed to be out here screaming and hollering about stuff, and then talking, well, where's the gay community? Because they know they couldn't go to the black women about it. So then they start screaming and hollering about where the gay community at. Well, it's black people that's gay as well. And if some of y'all is running from women to men, okay, y'all going in and out, y'all doing all kind of stuff in the midnight hour. So y'all still count over there with the gay folk to speak up for Brittany Griner. And people are sick and tired of people thinking that they have a right to sit in this country and be disrespectful. And if you don't like yourself, baby, that is your problem. That's not nobody else's problem. So that's something right there that people should keep to themselves. You should keep that to yourself. And if you don't want to get disrespected, then you need to stop disrespecting people. Because I'm not like my description say I'm not the 1, 2, 3, or the 4. So I don't care. I can care less. You disrespect me, you're gonna get disrespected. I am not Martin Luther the King. Okay. Y'all lost one when you lost him. And you will never see him again. You will never see him again. So miss me with that nonsense. I don't owe nobody nothing out here. Nothing. And we're going to call out the stuff that we see because people are tired of hearing it. We're tired of seeing it. Now, if these Caribbean people want to sit over here and kill themselves off, that is on them. Since people want to be so worried about their culture getting appropriated, let's call everybody's culture. Let's everybody stand up in their truth and stand up in who they are. And let everybody know when you in interviews and all that, let people know who you are. Don't hide behind Black America. Because when they think Black America, they're thinking about, segregation, Jim Crow. They're thinking about slavery. They're thinking about the things that went on here in this country. These racist people that y'all running into. They're not talking about Jamaica. They're not talking about the Trinidad. They're not talking about Belize. They're not talking about all these places that y'all come from. They're directing their racism to us, and we get that y'all not saying nothing. Y'all not speaking up and saying nothing. And then half y'all be on some racist nonsense too. That's not moving getting past nobody either. But see, people pick their battles, and some stuff they feel like it's just not important enough to say. But now that we see how stuff is shifting around here, people do need to speak up and say something. Everybody needs to own who they are. And like I said, if you don't like yourself, that's your business. They don't have nothing to do with it. I personally don't need to hear about it. Take it to the people where it matters. It don't matter here. And yeah, we have a right to say that. We have a right to say when people are hiding behind our heritage and hiding behind who we are. While people are sitting there doing and saying crazy stuff and you're not speaking up. And don't nobody lead me. Ain't no leaders out here. Like I said, when y'all lost Dr. King, y'all lost one. When y'all Malcolm X. You lost one. Ain't nobody leading me. I'm not impressed by none of these celebrities. They're not doing nothing for me. I don't care what they think. So let's be very, 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 very clear. Okay? They live their life how they choose to live their life, and that's them. They do not speak for Black people. I know people like to try to push that narrative, right? Okay, my phone went dead. I got to go. I don't even know if it's still on. Is it even still here? Hello? Oh, it is still here. Anyway, I gotta go. Phone went dead. I'll probably put some other videos that I have to go up. Um, yeah, but let me know what you guys think about the whole Miss Robbie trying to sue Philly Phil. And when you think about what Judge Mathis had to say, if you guys were able to hear what he had to say, the message to black men. Because, like I said, that message from TD Jakes was for black for men. I'm not gonna say black men because I don't really know if he was necessarily just talking to black men, but it was to men. Okay. But they took a snippet of what he said and made it about women, and it really wasn't about that. These men in this country do not want to take responsibility for themselves. Like I said, they're acting like they lifetime babies. I'm talking about black men when I say that. Acting like they lifetime babies. You're not a damn baby. We're not responsible to take care of you from birth to the grave. Okay, you guys, and then you want to try to act like you're the leader or something of somebody's household, right? Like miss me with that nonsense. And this is why the women that y'all complaining act like men act the way they do in the first place. And that's what T.D. Jake said. But they didn't want to take that message and put that out there. They took just what he was saying about the attitudes of women, which yeah, women have to, if you gotta get out here and hustle in this world, this effed up world that's out here, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's just what it is. So people are, yeah, they're gonna adjust their attitudes and roll up their sleeves and do what they gotta do, especially when they have children to raise. So no one should expect anything else. But trying to, badmouth people because of that, like what do you get out of that? Especially knowing that it's some black man that's not in the home taking care of his kids. Why does that make you feel big? What about that sounds right to you? So I'm glad Judge Mathis said what he said because he was right. And I don't care who don't like it. And no, I'm not taking this video down. No, ain't no leaders out here of me. So I don't care what you think. You know where to go with your thoughts, and you guys can get off my page if you don't like what I say, point blank and period. That's how that go. I didn't put this page together to become no damn superstar and none of that other foolishness that's going on out there. Okay, so let's be clear. Okay, that all this stuff that's going on YouTube do not speak to everyone that's on YouTube. So let's be very, very, very clear about that. But I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna upload the other videos. I probably won't go live again until I don't know. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.